Braves fans are one step closer to seeing their team become a wild card in the playoffs. Bill Shanks joins us now with a preview in the BS Report.
Well, here we are talking baseball once again. I wish there was something else I could talk about, but with only one day left before the end of the regular season, we need to talk about the Atlanta Braves and throw them under the bus. They have played horrible baseball here in the month of September, 9-16, and that has their lead in the National League Wild Card race going from 8.5 to only one game with 2 left. They've got tonight and tomorrow against the Phillies at Turner Field, while the Cardinals have 2 games in Houston against the Astros. Now, last night, Houston won over St. Louis, but you wonder, since the Astros are the worst team in the major leagues, if that's the only time they'll be able to beat St. Louis. May be tough for the Cardinals to get out of there, and, you know, the Braves have just not been playing well. They have to play the Phillies. They have Roy Oswalt to handle tonight. Not sure how that's going to go. And plus, you got Derek Lowe going for the Braves tonight. Now, look, Derek Lowe has had a horrible year. He's like 9-16 or something like that. He's not been very good, and he's definitely not earning his $15 million a year. But as someone with the Braves told me last night, what are we supposed to do? The guy makes $15 million a year, and he's a veteran pitcher who's been in the World Series before. We need him to come through in this crunch situation. Well, maybe he can, but if I was in charge, I would have someone else on standby just in case. The Braves have not hit at all. They scored only 49 runs in their last 15 games. That's a problem. And how can you have that type of offensive struggles when you're in a pennant race? The Braves have acted like they're really not in a pennant race. That's been the problem. They've played games where they look like they've instead been in the Grapefruit League playing in the exhibition season in March. This is the pennant race, and the Braves have got to kick it and get it going somehow. I don't know if they'll be able to. I think we're really headed toward a one-game playoff on Thursday if the Cardinals and Braves tie for the wild card, and then those 2 teams will meet in St. Louis for the right to go to the postseason. Maybe the Braves need that. Maybe they need the chance to prove themselves in a one game that they can have it. But you know what? I don't even know who will pitch in that one-game playoff if they get there. Would it be Brandon Beachy, or would they pull Jair Jurgens off the disabled list to throw him out there with not much pitching experience in the last 2 months? The Braves have had a rough season, and yes, they've had a good season overall because they're in position to possibly go to the playoffs. But if you've watched them the last couple of weeks, you cannot feel good about this situation. Hopefully they'll beat Philadelphia tonight, have a little help from the Astros, and somehow, some way slip into the playoffs and do something against Milwaukee. But again, with the way they've been playing, don't hold your breath.